Will everyone please rise for the processional?
Will the audience please remain standing for the presentation of our nation's colors and continue standing until the colors have been retired following the national anthem. Please join vocalist Lily Bailey, a junior choral music education major in the Hayes School of Music, and the Appalachian Brass Ensemble in the singing of our national anthem.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Welcome to Spring 2026 Commencement for Appalachian State University. I'm Dr. Neva Spake, Executive Vice Chancellor and Provost, and I am thrilled to help honor each of you during this monumental occasion. We are so glad we are able to celebrate your hard work, perseverance, and success. Before we begin, please join me in thanking Appalachian State's ROTC award-winning Pershing Rifles for presenting our national colors. And thank you also to Lily Bailey for singing the national anthem, and the Appalachian Brass Ensemble conducted by Dr. Joseph Brown and Dr. Dakota Koblis for performing all musical selections during this ceremony. Commencement exercises are some of the longest standing and most time-honored traditions in the Academy. This ceremony serves as both a time of closure as you complete your academic careers at Appalachian State, and also as a bridge to the new opportunities each of you have before you. The mace is a particularly emblematic artifact used in the most formal academic ceremonies to signify authority. just as it did during the Middle Ages, when a mace bearer accompanied officials taking office or opening court. Serving as the bearer of the university mace is Dr. Melissa Gutschall, professor in the Department of Nutrition and Health Care Management. Dr. Gutschall, please stand to be recognized. At every commencement ceremony, banners represent the university and each of its colleges. Carrying the university banner is Dr. Marty Thompson, the Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina Endowed Professor in Public Health in App State's Department of Public Health. Dr. Thompson, please stand to be recognized. Carrying the college banner is Dean Marie Huff. Will you please stand to be recognized? Additionally, carrying the graduate school banner, Dean Ashley Colquitt, the Honors College banner, Associate Vice Provost Vicki Klima, and our University Libraries banner carrier, Dean Supalinka. Will you please stand all to be recognized? The name reader for the ceremony is Dr. Mike Howell, professor in the Department of Social Work. He is being assisted by Renner Murphy, Records and Graduation Specialist in the Office of the Registrar. Will Dr. Howell and Ms. Murphy please stand to be recognized? We have many App State alumni who are attending this commencement ceremony as faculty, staff, parents, grandparents, partners, or friends of a graduating student. Will all alumni of Appalachian State University, including those in the platform party, please stand to be recognized? App State has been recognized as a military-friendly school for 17 straight years, and by U.S. News and World Report and Military Times for our support of veterans, active duty service members, and their families. Will all students who are veterans or active duty military members please stand and remain standing to be recognized? In addition, will all other veterans or active duty members of the military in attendance please stand to be recognized as well? Thank you all for your service to your country and to your communities. App State remains dedicated to the mission established by our founders 127 years ago to provide access to education. Nearly 1/3 of our undergraduate students are first-generation college students. Will all first-generation college students and first-generation college graduates in the audience, including those in the platform party, please stand to be recognized? This spring, history is made as we recognize the first graduating class of App State's Flight Path program. These fully online, career-aligned programs were designed for the unique needs of working professionals, and these first graduates have proven exactly what's possible when ambition meets opportunity. In addition to these Flight Path graduates, we are also presenting our first Master of Science in Occupational Therapy and Master of Public Health graduating classes. All these ambitious students are blazing trails for many who will follow in their footsteps for generations to come. Let's give them all a round of applause. am now pleased to introduce Dr. Heather Norris, Chancellor of Appalachian State University. With more than 2 decades of academic leadership, vision, and expertise at App State, Chancellor Norris's career has been characterized by her strong collaborative leadership and service to both App State and the greater community. She has consistently led by example, serving to inspire all of us who have worked alongside her, as well as the students she has taught and mentored. Please help me welcome Chancellor Heather Norris.
Thank you, Provost Spake. What a joyous occasion this is as we gather to celebrate the remarkable achievements of the spring 2026 graduating class. I join in Provost Spake's thanks to those contributing to today's ceremony, and I would like to now take a moment to thank the additional members of the platform party. In addition to our mace bearer and university and college banner carriers, we have the honor of being joined by the following people on stage today. Please stand as I introduce you and remain standing until all are introduced. Governor Philip Byers, representing the UNC System Board of Governors. Chair Mark Ricks, representing the Appalachian State University Board of Trustees. Dr. Neva Spake, Executive Vice Chancellor and Provost. And J.J. Brown, Executive Vice Chancellor and Chief Operating Officer. Thank you all for your presence here today to celebrate our graduates and for everything you do each and every day to support Appalachian State University and the success of our students. You may be seated. Class of 2026, today marks a significant milestone, not just in your academic journey, but in your lives. This ceremony is a celebration of your academic success and also of the resilience and perseverance you've shown in the face of unprecedented challenges, from a pandemic to a natural disaster. I admire each of you for how you overcame these obstacles with determination and grace. We are all extremely proud of you. Today is also the beginning of an exciting new chapter for all of you. You are equipped with the knowledge, skills, and relationships to thrive in a world that is ever-changing and that is also full of promise and opportunity. Your App State education has prepared you to excel in your chosen fields and to make meaningful and important contributions to your communities. The problems to be solved today and in the future demand innovative solutions, unwavering resilience, and compassionate leadership, all of which are characteristics of a mountaineer. I know you will embrace new challenges ahead, seize your opportunities, and make your mark on this world. As we celebrate our graduates' accomplishments, we owe many in attendance a debt of deep gratitude. Allow me a moment to recognize the parents, families, and friends who have supported these graduates every step of the way. Thank you for your encouragement and sacrifices, which have helped make this day possible. Parents, families, friends, thank you. Behind the scenes, our university staff have ensured our campus operates smoothly, and they've provided essential services and support to our students. Thank you, staff, for your dedication. And to the faculty who have inspired, mentored, and guided these graduates throughout their academic journeys, thank you for your endless passion and determination for the success of our students. You have made a transformational difference in these graduates' lives, and your profound impact goes far beyond the classroom. On behalf of all those present and our entire university community, I thank you, faculty, for your tireless commitment. Soon-to-be graduates, you have enriched our academic community, and now you continue a legacy of academic excellence, service, and innovation. As Mountaineer alumni, you will be a vital part of our university's ongoing story, and we invite you to engage with your alma mater for many, many, many years to come. I extend my heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of you. May your futures be filled with purpose, fulfillment, and success. And also some fun. Well done and congratulations. I am honored to now welcome our next speaker. Please join me in welcoming our distinguished guest, Trustee Mark Ricks, Chair of App State's Board of Trustees and a proud and distinguished alumnus of App State.
Thank you. Thank you, Chancellor. Good late afternoon, everybody. I would like to welcome all the family, the friends, the country's best faculty, and you, the class of 2026. But most importantly, I'm going to start things off a little early this weekend. I'd like all the mothers to stand up, please. And we would like to wish you a very happy early Mother's Day. Now, I'm really not supposed to tell you this, but I'm going to tell you this because I want to give you guys a little hint. We up here on the platform, we all have different backgrounds and attended different parts of the university, this university and others. And so we have a little side wager to see whose family can embarrass their graduate more than anybody else. And I got to tell you, the business guys and gals, they got it pretty good earlier today. So we really encourage hooping and hollering and cheering and yelling. So that's what we want to hear, all right? Okay, all right. All right, good start, good start, good start. Now hold on, we'll save it for when your graduate comes up. So, 37 years ago, I sat where you sit, except I was over at Broomkirk Gym, which was not nearly as nice as this. And the folks that came to watch me were not sitting in chairs nearly as nice as this. But the one thing I remember, and I'll tell you what I don't remember, is I have no idea who spoke to me that day. So 37 years from now, I will not expect you to remember me either, and I will not be offended if I'm still around. But what I do remember is I remember being a little nervous, a little scared, because I wasn't really sure what came next. I was not one of those students that had it all mapped out, all planned out, knew exactly where I was off to. And that can be a little daunting, because after today, you turn in your amateur status and you go pro. And all those things your parents have been telling you about, how hard life is and how tough it is being an adult, you're about to find out how smart your parents really are. But there is some good news, and that good news is today you earn your degree from Appalachian State University. And when I say earn your degree, I mean you earn it. We have a fantastic bookstore on campus. If you haven't been there, this is my shameless plug for the bookstore. Please go by and buy some stuff. But one thing you can't find in that bookstore is you cannot find a degree for sale, because we don't sell them here. You earn your degree here. You work hard, you put in the hours, and you earn your degree. And that's going to be important, because as life progresses for you and you realize how tough it is out there, and you're going to have those moments where you're going to feel like you just don't know what to do, I I want you to remember today, and I want you to look in the mirror and remind yourself that you earned a college degree from Appalachian State University, and there is nothing you cannot accomplish. And because of that, I have a request. I want you to remember this. Don't always take the easy path. Don't always take the easy way. Choose the hard way. Choose the hard path. Remember, all the greats have failed. It happens. And sometimes you're going to fail because that is life. Life is not always easy. But don't be afraid to step up and take those challenges. You are prepared. You might not realize it today, just like I didn't realize it 37 years ago, but you will be prepared for those fights and those challenges. And remember this, whatever path, whatever road you take, there's always one that leads back up to this mountain. And today you join a family. And like any good family, we'll be here waiting for you. We'll give you a big hug and pat you on the back and tell you you're great, even if you're not. But you always have a family to come home to. So congratulations and welcome to the family. And now it is my great honor as the warm-up act to introduce you to the main act, and that's my friend Philip Bayers.
All right, what do you want to talk about this evening? I had about an hour's worth of things, but I'm going to cut it, I believe, since you're ready to go out and enjoy and celebrate. So I'll be quick tonight. How about that? I always ask a couple, well, they might be silly to you, but they're very important to me, questions before I start because I like to know where I stand. Mark was very good, and I want to enjoy, I want to go with him, if you will, along the line of thanking all you mothers. And he asked you to stand. I always do a thing that's kind of similar, and since he's already asked mothers to stand, I'll ask all my ex-wives to please stand. Usually it's about the same number, but I like to know where they're at if they're in the building when I'm speaking. Another thing I would ask is that at one point in my life, I was a sheriff of a county in North Carolina. I don't know how. When I planned my life, I had everything I wanted to do on the left, and then realized the good Lord put his plans on the right, and mine weren't necessarily going to be with his. So as a child playing cops and robbers, I was always the robber, but I ended up being sheriff of a county. So if any of you are from Rutherford County, can I see a show of hands? I'll put your entire family in jail, baby. I always like to know if I've arrested anybody where they're seated, just in case. I'm a pretty big target, so I was just wondering. I have been your governor for 11 years now, governor with the UNC system. And I know the faculty's ready for me not to be the governor anymore. They just shake their head when they see me coming. But if you think about that, that means I could have started first grade and would almost be ready to graduate from high school. Well, not really, because I was held back several times. So somewhere in between, but I would have probably still been in high school. So what I can tell you is I have been honored to serve in that role and to represent this great university, as well as all 16 universities in the North Carolina system. But I have 1 year, 2 months, and 3 days remaining, not that I'm counting, and I will be living in Boone full time and will be where I belong, where my heart's always been, and that's Boone, North Carolina, watching ball games, hanging out with professors, taking your classes possibly. Now I know you would not want me in your class, but may end up there anyway. So I want to thank all of you and congratulate you. You've heard the stories, you've been around, so buy the book in December, and I'll save you the stories that I always tell about borrowing the chancellor's golf cart and running it in the duck pond. True story. About borrowing the chancellor's dog. Let me say that. Gus followed me home 3 times, and I ended up with the chancellor's dog 3 different occasions. And he, on several occasions, threatened to send me back to Forest City, North Carolina, without a diploma. He actually did send Chairman Ricks back to Virginia a couple times without his, so he could rethink his educational prowess, if you will. But he finally did graduate. Only took me 7 years. I think he was about 5 or 6. With all that said, I have a few serious notes that I want to share with you, because today is your day, and I'm very proud, Sean, of each and every one of you. Thank you, Chair Ricks. Thank you for your leadership on the Board of Trustees for this fine institution. I am honored to bring greetings on behalf of the UNC System Board of Governors and the UNC System Office. Let me begin by expressing my sincere thanks to Chancellor Heather Norris for her excellent leadership at App State. Chancellor Norris has dedicated more than 20 years of service to App State, and she is known for her building strong relationships and creating a sense of purpose and accountability within and beyond the university community. I want to thank you, Chancellor, for your dedication to advancing the educational mission of App State and supporting all members of the Mountaineer family. Please join me in a round of applause for our Chancellor. Today we celebrate you graduates who have achieved a significant milestone in your lives. You're leaving App State University with the tools you need for what comes next, and the possibilities are endless. It is also important to acknowledge the contributions of our fine faculty and staff at Appalachian State University, and to applaud the support of your parents, friends, and loved ones. I am certain you agree how vital their encouragement has been. As you leave this university, some of you come back, some of you spend more time here, another degree, whatever, you will realize that the people to your left and to my right, your faculty, your professors, are the people that have helped you get where you are today, as well as your parents. So anytime I ever mention the faculty that I truly love, they're underpaid and overworked. I mean that from the heart. I know that. And they do a great job. Or I mention your parents. Some of you may not have landed that first job yet and might need a place to live for the next few months. So when I mention your parents, always join me in a round of applause for your parents. I'm just trying to look after you, I promise. As graduates of this institution, you wield something even more powerful than the diploma you are about to receive, and that is the power of your example. You are ambassadors of this great university. Take tremendous pride in how you represent yourselves, your communities, and your alma mater. We encourage you to stay connected with this wonderful institution. Congratulations, enjoy this incredible moment, and best wishes to you all. If I could have one additional moment, and I said I would be quick, I want you just to think, graduates, as I read these numbers, just listen to what I'm saying and understand that you are getting a diploma today. You've earned it, as Chair Ricks mentioned, but you are getting a diploma from what I consider the finest university in the North Carolina system. I get in trouble every time I say that. Chapel Hill will be calling tonight. NC State will be calling, but you are at the finest institution in this state. I can tell you these numbers, and please just think about it as I read them. Today we have 1,161 first-generation graduates. 101 student-athlete graduates, and I thank you. 90 military graduates, and again, I thank you. 374 legacy graduates. 387 graduates receiving another App-State degree. And 79 graduates receiving more than one degree today. I will put those numbers up against any university. Also, you represent 94 of the 100 North Carolina counties. You represent 40 of the 50 United States, and you represent 49 countries. Congratulations.
Thank you, Chair Ricks and Governor Byers. And now, for the moment which all of us have been waiting, will all candidates for the master's degrees please rise? Chancellor Norris, upon the recommendation of the graduate faculty of the Williams School of Graduate Studies, I present to you those students who have met or will meet all the requirements to earn their master's degrees. Candidates, you will now be directed to the stage. Candidates in the first row, please remain standing. All others, please be seated until your row is directed to the stage. When you return to your row, you may be seated.
Presenting the graduates from the Beaver College of Health Sciences, Shelley Zoe Rodriguez Bermudez. Amanda Lee Abernathy. Hannah Jane Leona Dellinger. Natalie Tippett Keaton. Chelsea Patrice McDaniel. Matthew Ethan Arnold. Amanda Rose Bossert. Sophie Scott Thomas. Casey Allen Edmondson. Larissa Grace Timmerman. Emma Rosalie Fadden. Judith Caroline Garcia. Julia Smith Cruz Batres. Savannah Lee Kidd. Cami Leah Summer. Melanie Ann Babbage. Alyssa Sweet Pittman. Aaron Lee Babbitt. Nicole Louise Nicky. Tommy Lee Testerman. Angela Marie Adams. Clarice Marie Cook. Brandy Wyatt Rosso. Abigail Virginia McKenzie. Jennifer Green Argabright. Latasha Boykins Schaffner. Sean Tyrone Collins. I apologize. Brittany Nicole Ford Morris. Bailey Madison Williams. Abby Grace Reeves. Ellery Suzanne Neal. Lillian Grace Nilo. Georgiana Coco Mayer. Grace Marie Brown. Julie Cavalcante Zingle. Marissa Julia Lorenzetti. Danitza Dobrinova Dimova. Erin Christine Simpson. Valeria Moscoso. Brooke Logan Honeycutt. Samin Ralan. Jocelyn Maritza Guzman. Natalie Brennan Epps. Cy Abram Smith. Tiffany Breeden. Amanda Lee Hunsucker. Sarah Nicole Lerner. Joanne Basso Mataka. William Connor Rains. Alexander Joseph Britton. Kelsey Deanna Page Smith. Giselle Islas Hernandez. Madeline Page Kuntz. Mackenzie D. Garwood. Mariah Ann Hefner. Asia Greer. Emma Taylor Orstrom. Anna Rachel Queen. Reagan Orwig. Laney Allison Plummer. Aliyah Hanum. James Lee Hawkins. Josephine Nicole Markovics. Brittany Cruz Pablo. Isabella Valdivia Saucedo. Alexis Jade Barrett. Carly Rebecca Pittman. Sophia Elania DeCamera. Autumn Rebecca Ann Workman. Grayson Price Edmonds. Levi Grayson Stubblefield. Bailey Marie Gibbs. I appreciate it. Catherine Petra Rose. Jennifer Marie Powell. Sydney Reese Justice. Lauren Carol Suddeth. Caitlin Rose McHale. Caroline Elizabeth Hayton. Chloe Maurice Phillips. Callie Ryan Reeder. Erin Rebecca Whitaker. Emily Caroline Davis. Nicolette Samantha Bromfield. Emma Catherine Kelly. Rebecca Marie McCurry. Malia J. Tinker. Autumn Brooke Blackburn. Raylan S. Norwood. Karina Alexis Romero. Salita Rag Graham. Matthew W.R. Crane. Benjamin Anthony Chamberlain. Kamaya Rose. Justin Marshall McMahon. Seth Andrew Crowless. Daniel Parham Martin. Mary Catherine Price. Lisa Pegram. Bethany Marie Sigmund. Courtney Nicole Worrell Anderson. Emma Lee Jude Ventura. Michaela Dawn Lavender. Peyton Brooke Rainey. Adam Chastain. Brock Thornton Paddock. Lucas Stephen Buchanan. Addison Kent Dudley. Zachary Evan Hicks. Jacob Thomas Hartkemeyer. Carolyn Grace Gora. Haley E. O'Donnell. Sindel Jalen Waters. Nadia Elizabeth Sloan. Hunter Maria Clapham. Sarai Danielle Fleming. Amanda M. Stevens.
candidates for bachelor's degree, please rise. Chancellor Norris, upon recommendation of the faculty of the Beaver College of Health Sciences, I hereby present to you those students who have met or will meet the requirements to earn their respective baccalaureate degrees. Candidates, you will now be directed to the stage. Candidates in the first row, please remain standing. All others, please be seated until your row is directed to the stage, and when you return to your row, you may be seated.
Brianna Enid Calix Antonetti. Mary Catherine Ford. Madison Catherine Harmon. Nicole Megan Tufson. Sorry. Madison Paige Alexander. Elise Leon Knotts. Lily Faith O'Neill. Samantha Joan Mitchell, magna cum laude. Caroline Elizabeth Sharp, cum laude. Anna Sophia Johnson, cum laude. Joshua Earl Pollard. Weston Sean Wilson, magna cum laude. Layla Isabella Phillips. Catherine Ann Brown. Mary Elizabeth Ashley, cum laude. Parker William Mullen. Ella Lene Smalley, cum laude. Stephanie Marie Wilson, summa cum laude. Tia Lachey Bailey. Lindsay Amber Cook, summa cum laude. Elena Pearl Mosius, cum laude. Leonel Cardenas, cum laude. Abigail Rose Baker, summa cum laude. Joanna Sang, summa cum laude. Caitlin Celeste Chandler, summa cum laude. Catherine Elizabeth Sane, summa cum laude. Ashton Basil Worley, magna cum laude. Riley Paige Martin, cum laude. Avery Lane Watson, cum laude. Caitlin Faith Ivkovich. Caitlin Rebecca Rogers. Carrie Yang. Lauren Ann Womble, cum laude. Juliana Rose Ordina, magna cum laude. Catherine Ella Morrison, magna cum laude. Clementine Patricia Miller. Yana Tamara Chamunovich. Skylar Love Bovine. Madeline Ray Fish, cum laude and university honors. Caitlin Yvonne Fish, summa cum laude and university honors. Madeline Grace Muncie. Gabriella Grace Tercetti. Emma Grace Craig, summa cum laude. Lauren Isabella Travlin, cum laude. Anna Holt Seacrest. Anna Lee Stallings. Cheyenne Salsal Imawana Flat. Alexa Christina Acosta, cum laude. Jenny Louise Zelnowski. Hannah Grace Myers. Lena Faith Borelli. Addison Cree Norton. Samuel Fletcher Balcom. Julius R. George. Hannah Paige Ely, magna cum laude. Caitlin Michaela Walters, summa cum laude. Olive Amali Thompson, cum laude. Jessica Claire Robertson. Reagan Marie McManus, cum laude. Eric Antonio Hamelsheim. Jocelyn Pliego. Magdalene Grace Ayler, magna cum laude. Allison Caroline Godfrey, magna cum laude. Tammy Renee Brooks, summa cum laude. Michelle Lynn Brown, cum laude. Carter Douglas Crump, cum laude. Cole Jennings Bordeaux. Charles Elliott Dewey, summa cum laude. Ethan Nolan Chapman, magna cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Izell. Emma Catherine Sides. Keely Dawn Parton. Susan Teresa Roberti. Caitlin Marie Coffey, summa cum laude. Abby Lynn Rhodes. Cora Elizabeth Barnes, summa cum laude. Riley Thomas Huffman, magna cum laude. Sean Ryan Swavely, cum laude. Chloe Willow Barnes. Mac A. McNeil, cum laude. Matthew Logan Walter. Oh, no. Yes. Austin and Noah Stroker. So cute. Adelia. Adelia Colette Bortasinkov, summa cum laude and departmental honors. Brianna Sophia Ba. Boone Punwan. Emily Elizabeth Roberts. Hannah Catherine Williamson, summa cum laude. Elizabeth Ray Carpenter, summa cum laude. Madison Grace Barrier, magna cum laude. Quinn Campbell, magna cum laude. Chloe Janae Peterson, cum laude. Abby Jill Graham, summa cum laude. Gianna Patricia Ospina. Mara Jade Ward, summa cum laude, university and departmental honors. Avery Cecile Lefebvre, magna cum laude. Sophia Deanne Crompton, cum laude. Karsten Kiomole Tong. Madison Marie Hamby. Ashley Carolina Maria Jovene, cum laude. Yamilet Atimpa Roman, summa cum laude. Henry Allen Louder. Mason William Binker, magna cum laude. Caroline Mary Mano, summa cum laude. Hannah Nicole Paget. Alexander Rankin Locklear. Staten Connor Maddox. Adam Christopher Chipman. Jordan Anthony Nelly. Mercer David Maruna. Larson Edward Casey. Sally Ann Beber, cum laude. Mackenzie Rouse Thompson. Emma Blois Nave, summa cum laude. Connor Vance, magna cum laude. Alex T. Smith. Jacob Randall Gross-Close. Christopher Aiken Carter. Riley Neal Hurst. Samuel Carlton Arthur Swingle. Brooks Van Linton Hauser. Colin Bruce Murphy. Emma Caroline Hollowitty. magna cum laude. Kai Zamas Faherty, cum laude. James Edward Dalton. Luke Gregory Stevenson. Emily Grace Turner. William Kyle Barnard. Kendra Lachey Hall. Lorelei Faith Weber, cum laude and departmental honors. Charlotte Grogan Poth. Dorothy Gregg Benninghoffen, cum laude. Abigail Elizabeth Jones, summa cum laude. Olivia Grace Newcomb. Cole Addison Waldner. Aiden Thomas Knudsen. Adam Holt Stillerman. Andrew James Henricks, summa cum laude. Emma Catherine Eggers. Ella Pesci Jones. Ariam Abraham Yosef. Sydney Maine Lewis, cum laude. Virginia Lynn Pletner. Aiden Michael Berkey. Anna Claire Coley, magna cum laude. Katie Lynn Rhodes, summa cum laude, university honors and departmental honors. Nicole Lael Recruit, summa cum laude. Allison Marie Rake, summa cum laude. Lydia Marie Eastburn, magna cum laude. Amaria Grace Stiles, summa cum laude. Caitlin McCara Francis, summa cum laude. Delaney Lorette Edwards, magna cum laude. Allie Rose Bliss. Matthew Kalen Williams, summa cum laude. Catherine Grace Johanningsmeyer, magna cum laude. Grace Ann Parsons. Thomas Gabriel Fisher, magna cum laude. Christopher Anguiano Cifuentes. Banks Everett King. Thomas Andrew Maxwell. Mason Anthony Colonna, cum laude. Aldina Rain Corbin. Kaylin Nicole Michael, magna cum laude, university and departmental honors. Annika Lynn Golovich. Georgia Kate Rideson. Grace Josephine Fox, summa cum laude. Caroline Isabella Stringfellow. Owen Blake Troxel. Alexander Delaney Higdon, magna cum laude. Jordan Lynn Andrialo, cum laude. Daliana Estefany Esteves. Aaron Ann Alden, magna cum laude, university and departmental honors. Brighton Marie Winslow, summa cum laude. Riley Elise Evans, summa cum laude. Kathy Trejo. Caroline Ruth Cheney. Avery Glenn Aiken. Landon Travis Gamble, summa cum laude. Leonardo Marquez Resendez. Talia Angeline Hutton, magna cum laude. Stephen Young. Amanda Elizabeth Salisbury. Carla Itzel Guardian Sixtos. Matthew James Maselli. Trayvon Marquise Maddox. Cy Blue Huskins. Emily Shalee Klein, summa cum laude. Carmen Marie Francis. Savannah Claire McKinney Casterholm, magna cum laude. Kaylee Nicole Hevner. Jennings Elizabeth Brazier. Ebony Clark, magna cum laude. Jessica Taylor Fennessy, magna cum laude. Gaia Alexandria Polinick. Rayanne Gabala. Trent Michael Glenn. Caroline Flanagan Casper, cum laude. Jory Kate Mills, cum laude. Eric Neil Danner. Gabriella Grace Weidman. Isabella Marie Blanco. Kendall Ann Lewis, summa cum laude. Risley Rachel Smith, cum laude. Krista Elizabeth Ruski. Lillian Naomi Smith. Trinity Ashby Robertson, magna cum laude. Brandy Lee Hackett, summa cum laude. Benita Renee Adkins, summa cum laude. Lacey Nell Henschel, cum laude. Sarah Grace Smith. Mallory Lane Blevins, cum laude. Jordan Elizabeth Riley, cum laude. Courtney Marie Green, magna cum laude. Alexis Lee Ponce, magna cum laude. Adekemi Faith Adeconley, magna cum laude. Grace Louise Hill. Nicholas Cameron Corey, cum laude. Elise Marie Richards. Ella Grace Irving, cum laude. Lila Mae Rhodes, magna cum laude, university honors. Emily Lynn Bjergard, cum laude, university honors. Olivia Grace Whitley, magna cum laude. Aaron Edward Johnson. Justin James Glinsky. Gavin Lee Christian, magna cum laude. Landon Earl Johnson, cum laude. Colt Timothy Henderson. Tanner Jordan Lose, cum laude. Chris Martinez. Corbin Brendan McLean, cum laude, university honors. Tangi Grace Rector. Emma Sarah Grayfing, magna cum laude. Abby Blake Everhart. Breland Elise Sturgill. Delore Zonia Then. Sydney Elizabeth Thayer, cum laude. Leilani Tolliver, magna cum laude. Seth Allen Macy. Coley Shea Brewer. Jeanette Marielle Rios. Emery Reese Conklin, summa cum laude. Tiffany Shea Beatty, cum laude. Callie Avis Warwick, magna cum laude. Kimber Grace Blackburn, cum laude. Madison Grace Smith, magna cum laude. Emma Grace Mooring, magna cum laude. Marianne Elizabeth Edmonds, cum laude. Alexandra Sophia Butters, cum laude. Jasmine Amaya George, magna cum laude. Kaylee Noel Dobson, cum laude. Scarlett Rose Albanese, summa cum laude. Jonathan Glenn Reich. Emily Grace Johnson. Caroline Faith Roop. Vanessa Desiree Reyes, summa cum laude. Jesse Addison Smith. Elizabeth Frances Whitehead, magna cum laude. Tatum Madry Forbes. Day Olivia Talley, magna cum laude. Parker Paul Kinney, cum laude. Christian Isaiah Gore, cum laude. Madison Faith Hedrick, magna cum laude. Mackenzie Elizabeth Sullivan. Ariana Marie Carabatsos. Grace Caroline Surgut, cum laude. Ashlyn Tyler Dean, magna cum laude. Olivia Claire Brandon. Ashley Nicole McDaniel, summa cum laude. Emily Grace Williamson, magna cum laude. Alexis J. Winberry, magna cum laude. Nalia Brooke Rajkumar. Emma Grace Humphreys. Dale Kenneth Gregory, summa cum laude. Riley Nathaniel Patton. Rachel Jean Church. Emerson Lee Habel, cum laude. Leah Francis Iglesias. Grace Alexandria Lanigan. Hayes Christopher Buchanan. Gareth Scott Fulcher, cum laude. Robert Matthew Bowman. Connor Wilkes Martinez, cum laude. Maya Renee McClarty. Eduardo Arce. Emily Roseanne Gerganis. Jordan Nicole Kennedy, magna cum laude. Erica Lindsay Fretz. Stephanie D. Long, summa cum laude. Erin Elizabeth Hartman, magna cum laude. Sophia Elizabeth Bremer, cum laude. Charles Wilson Teal. John Philip Rabin. Jaden Neve Smith. Ellie Elizabeth Wilson, magna cum laude. Rayleigh Laurel Summers, cum laude. Noah James Meyer, cum laude. Logan Tyler Woodle. Satoria Kamari Ratchford, summa cum laude. Maya Veronica Castle. Molly Claire Thornburg, cum laude. Macy Ann Scruggs, summa cum laude. Venetia Antoinette Anthony, magna cum laude. April Ann Pilkington, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Monroe Bruce, summa cum laude. Infinity Charlena Smith, magna cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Freiberger, summa cum laude. Amelia Catherine Vlasis. Anna Elizabeth Nagel, summa cum laude. Ashton Reese Turner, summa cum laude. Anthony E. Vines, cum laude. Christian Anthony Labarca, magna cum laude. Robert Thomas Ricciani, cum laude. Juan Carlos Sanchez Hernandez, cum laude. Kyle L. Almeida. Natalie Suzanne Lone, magna cum laude. Emma Grace Bowley. Julia Christine Leader. Kendall Brooke Edwards. Jaden Taylor Lewis. Mason Allen Bailey. Grace Lucille Kroll. Morgan Bronwyn Williams, magna cum laude. Brooke M. Grant, cum laude. Brittany Amber Laws. Emma Elizabeth Beam, summa cum laude. Adele Laura Hayes, cum laude. Connor Ray Howell, good name. Samantha Reagan Scholler, cum laude. Audrey Aida Arzate. Jenna Grace Lang. Andrew James Mock, summa cum laude. Alice Elizabeth Nazarenko, magna cum laude. Mackenzie Layton Kennan. Caitlin Nicole Stepp, magna cum laude. Jeffrey Wayne Walker. Joshua Todd Bumgarner. Trotter David Byerly, cum laude. Hunter Keith Burris. Jacob Allen Ritchie, summa cum laude. Critcher. Chase Critcher, cum laude. Carson James Street, cum laude. Elijah Alexander Zay. Levi Benjamin Andrews, summa cum laude. James Alexander Baggett, magna cum laude. Caitlin Basnett, summa cum laude. Kayla Allen Calloway. Austin James Ray, cum laude. Okay. Hannah Grace Non Helms. With the Jenkins? Okay. Peyton Lane Jenkins. Okay, thank you. Angel Renee Hash. Maylee Jean Parker. Megan J. Rivenbark. Gabrielle Soreko. Emma Grace Hickerson. Kaylin Alyssa Clark, magna cum laude. Isabella Angeline de Moribus. Mia Rain Reinhardt, summa cum laude. Lauren Elizabeth Sidden, summa cum laude. Dyson Brooks Dellinger, magna cum laude. Chloe Lucy Carter, summa cum laude. Chloe McCall Norman, magna cum laude. Caroline Rose Knox, summa cum laude. Aiden Bryce Chakosky. Judah Cypress Cooper, magna cum laude. Kian Alexander Lawler, cum laude. Shannon Lynn Gainey, summa cum laude. Emma Parker Strickland, magna cum laude. Felicity Morgan Frakes, summa cum laude. Cynthia Charlene Baker, cum laude. Sydney Ruffin Falconer. Margaret Elizabeth Stoffragen. Maggie Elizabeth Pittman, summa cum laude. Sasha Sahar Swift Scanlon. Chloe Ann Howard, cum laude. Lillian Rose Brooks. Savannah Lee Kennedy, summa cum laude. Sarah McKinney Simpson, summa cum laude, departmental honors. Caitlin Marie Freiberger. Carly Victoria Morrissey, magna cum laude. Nicole Toledo, summa cum laude. Emily Christine Heggie, summa cum laude. Shahali Lishevka Fuentes Alcea. Olivia Rose Ferry, magna cum laude. Colin Patrick Oliver, cum laude. Olivia Suzanne Wells, magna cum laude. Victoria N. Hess. Breeley Grace Gibson, cum laude. Brianna Joyce Gibson, summa cum laude, university and departmental honors. Okay. Katie Elizabeth Donadio. Emma Grace Walker, cum laude. Addison Ruth Gallion, cum laude. Caitlin Elizabeth Tapp. Mary Lawson Melikar, cum laude. Sophia Elaine Malloy, magna cum laude. Emily Rebecca Canada. Okay. Sydney Lynn Rutledge. Addison May Harrell. Owen Neil Freeman. Lexi E. Holderby, summa cum laude. Emery Caroline Clark Langley, cum laude. Caroline Grace Sitta, cum laude. Lillian Taylor Milholland, summa cum laude, departmental honors. Lauren Nicole Martino, cum laude. Tori K. Hare, cum laude. Julianne Reese Ficker, magna cum laude. Cheyenne Grace Barnhard, cum laude. Gabriella Michelle Chavez. Jack A. Murphy. Hadley Elizabeth Kosmicki, magna cum laude. Samantha Connors, magna cum laude. Lillian Hoyan Reed. Mace. Heath Michael Mace. Luke Benjamin Evans. Scott McAllister Council, cum laude. Ella Van Scott, magna cum laude. Lauren Elizabeth Farr, magna cum laude. Idalia Trejo, summa cum laude. Reagan Dunning Schlemmy, summa cum laude. Kate Elise McMahon, summa cum laude. Jenna Rose Weber, magna cum laude, university and departmental honors. Mason Lee Smargisi, magna cum laude. Peyton Lee Seal. Elizabeth Lee Weisberg, cum laude. Okay. Regan Marie Sturgill, magna cum laude. Hallie Aaron Sutton. Krista Burgess O'Mara, summa cum laude. Ashley Danielle Simmons, magna cum laude. Peyton Ray Fisher, cum laude. Jasmine Camille Griffroot. Melissa Sue Trivet, summa cum laude. Jocelyn Bell Tillotson, summa cum laude. Sophia Claire Hill, summa cum laude. Michaela Walker Price. Jake Alfred Zafuto, summa cum laude. Jillian Mackenzie Pridgeon. Kayla Marie Perez, cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Puckett, magna cum laude. Eleanor Anders Bollock. Second Lieutenant Lily Reese Christensen, cum laude. Georgia Grace Beckton, summa cum laude, departmental honors. Delaney Caroline Meddens, cum laude. Shelby Lynn Starnes, summa cum laude. Georgia Kelly Malik, magna cum laude. Catherine Walsh Cheek, magna cum laude. Carolyn Page Bodden. Sydney Grace Templeton, magna cum laude. Sarah Lynn Heinen, summa cum laude. Madison Augusta Quinn, summa cum laude. Leah Caroline Murphy, cum laude. Laney Madison Stanley, magna cum laude. Raven Christopher Barnes. Alejandro Javier Garcia. Blaine Chandler McFarland. Alexander Daniel Reese. Abigail Victoria Mayer, cum laude. Allison Renee Doolin, magna cum laude, university honors. Holland Claire Stanley, magna cum laude. Samuel Sizik, cum laude. Andrew S. Clark, cum laude. Laura Elizabeth MacArthur, cum laude. Second Lieutenant Lauren Alexis Marsh. Carolina. Jillian Carolina Russer. Kayla Brooke Sanchez Ramirez, cum laude. Nelani Michaela Leaks, cum laude. Carly Faith Conrad. Piper Ellen West, magna cum laude. Kate Haley Thomason. Anna Mae Summers, cum laude. Tatum Gail Riggins, magna cum laude. Carly Lynn Smythe. Jessica Marie Plantamora, summa cum laude, university honors. Jenna Elizabeth Griffin, cum laude. Natalia Sarah Klodnicki, summa cum laude. Ava Grace Evans. Jessica Lynn Gott, magna cum laude. McKenna L. Stafford, summa cum laude. Michaela Kubre Myers. Arthur Douglas McCabe. Mackey. Sorry. Molnar. Sorry. Eric Molnar. Francis Lloyd Fleming, summa cum laude. Leela Caroline Barenberg. Spencer Timothy Keppa, cum laude. Joshua David Hubbard, cum laude. Grant William Mooney, magna cum laude. Tyler Ryan Welsh. Godfrey Jasmine Kilkaiko. David Wilson Hoover, cum laude. Joshua James Hooper. Tessa Nicole Thompson. Ashlyn K. Turner. Grayson Faith Walker, summa cum laude. Anna Pamela Nieto Ramirez. Kalia Nicole Williams. Gracelyn Elizabeth Anderson. April Renee Stout. Marissa Angelica Soto. Kaylin Elizabeth Sykes, magna cum laude. Megan Leah Scharf Schoenfeld. Okay. Elizabeth Grace Simon, magna cum laude. Abigail Jordan Serrell, summa cum laude. Ashley Michelle Horton, magna cum laude. Odalise Torja Juarez, magna cum laude. Oscar David Dequar Hernandez, summa cum laude. Carson Summer Sells. Mia Alexandra Erickson. Victoria Jolie Jolly, summa cum laude. Rachel Elizabeth Crombie. Madison Lydia Rossell, summa cum laude. Romanichin? Okay. Isabella Moslin Romanichin, summa cum laude. Sophia Wallace, cum laude. Chelsea K. Dodson. Brooke L. Thomas. Mackenzie Nicole Gates, summa cum laude. Giselle Vasquez, magna cum laude. Sadie Marie Morales, magna cum laude. Haley Morgan Sharp, cum laude. Alexandria Suzanne Watson, magna cum laude. Atlas M. Cox, magna cum laude. Jordan Alexis Cox, cum laude. Sophie Josephine Pirzala, summa cum laude. Mary Esther Sterrett, University Honors, Departmental Honors, summa cum laude. Carly Elaine Weaver, cum laude. Jordan Alexander TV Paul. Nathaniel Graham Crouch. Hannah Grace Johnson. Emmy Grace Morrison Abernathy. Rahul Bakul Patel, magna cum laude. Jacob Mayer Stein, magna cum laude. Regan Colleen Lee. Brenna Taylor Abel, cum laude. Bishop Olivia Gritt, summa cum laude. April Deanna Lee Steed, summa cum laude. Maeve Elizabeth Flaherty, cum laude, University Honors. Trinity Camille Lushinsky. Letitia Bething. JC Nicole Hartman. Sarah Ann Parker. Ashlyn Christine Carr. Daniela Alyssa Warwick, magna cum laude. Amber Jeanette Key, magna cum laude. Mihan Dang. Hazina Madison Wanjagi. Mui Kapui. Taylor Nicole Norman, magna cum laude. Miles Thomas Gill, cum laude. Josie Storm Brady, magna cum laude. India Alexis Bazan. Ethan Elijah Smith. Kenya D. Robinson, summa cum laude. Linda Reyes, cum laude. Jerson Alcias Ochoa Munoz. Zach Engelbrock. Hilton Thomas Gibson. Victoria Alexis Reed. Jonathan Reese Hardy. Derek Andrew Kinkoff. Congratulations. Nimra Sheikh.
Will all candidates for a degree please rise? To those who now present themselves as candidates for degrees from Appalachian State University, by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of North Carolina and by the Board of Governors of the University of North Carolina, I will confer upon each of you the degree recommended by the faculty with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. For those receiving master's degrees, I offer you a special charge. With advanced knowledge comes increased responsibility. Remember that your expertise positions you not just as practitioners in your respective fields, but as specialists, mentors, and innovators. Accept the opportunity to push boundaries, challenge conventions, and contribute meaningfully to your disciplines. Undergraduates, since the Middle Ages, the silks of the graduation tassel have represented the colors of the faculty and the power of the university to confer degrees. In a moment, very soon, you will continue this wonderful tradition by moving your tassel in a moment, signifying your transition from undergraduate students to graduates of this university. Are you ready? Members of the undergraduate class of 2026, please move your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations, Appalachian State University graduates! Okay, you get to sit down just one more time. We're going to conclude our ceremony with the alma mater performed by the Appalachian Brass Ensemble. The lyrics will be posted to the Jumbotron for anyone who would like to sing along.
Please stand for the recessional. Faculty, as you recess, we encourage you to convene at the back of the arena to congratulate and celebrate the graduates as they exit into Alumni Hall.